Hey, how y'all doing today? Thank y'all so much for dropping by. I'm just about to dive right in. Let's talk about cutting people off. Now, I know a lot of people have a really hard time doing that. They feel like, oh man, I can't do that. I can't cut somebody off that I've been with for a long time. You can't cut family, friends, business partners, people that you knew growing up from school, back in the day. Y'all used to hang out. Y'all were real tight. But like I told my cousin, I just say, man, everybody can't go to the top with you. We know we want people to come to the top with us. We know people that we want to help. We feel like we can save people sometime, but the only person can save people is God, is Jesus Christ. Everybody can't go to the top with you. And I think one of the hardest things for us to do in this generation is to cut somebody off, is to move on, leave the things of the past behind. That it can be rough, especially if it was somebody that you was in love with and you want them to go to the top, to see your fruits that you are bearing. Like, some people, they work really hard, for a living, to just get out of the struggle, out of poverty, and just show everybody, hey, look what I become. Look how successful I became. Just put in the work. You want to motivate and inspiration, be inspiring to others, and they don't want to accept it. It's just, you just have to understand, the person have to be a believer, or you're going to have to cut them off. No matter if you were married to them, y'all broke up. Now you can't go get married to somebody else, because you will be living in adultery. That person will have to pass away first before you can move on and marry somebody else. You can't just be moving in with people, exchanging bad energy, creating soul ties with somebody that you're not married to, because you will be living in fornication. You don't want to just move with somebody just because you say, oh, I'm in love with you, so that means I have to sleep with you to prove that. I don't have to earn that. We don't have to respect each other. We don't have to put God first. We could just move in, and just sleep together, have kids out of wedlock, and wonder why our life is upside down. Everything is going wrong because you're not living by, biblical principles. A lot of people just want to live the way they want to live. And I get sick and tired of people making excuses. Like, we got to get out of that. We have to cut people off that's holding us back, And that's why I talk to some people. I say, hey, listen, how bad do you want this? How bad do you want to be successful? How bad do you really want to change? How bad? You can't sit here and say, oh, I really want this, I really want that, and you're still doing the same thing. You ain't changing nothing. You still out here smoking, drinking, hanging out, fornicating, chasing this person around. This person don't really love you. Cut them off. You got to cut people off. God even tell you, come out from amongst them and be ye separate. The separation is to make you better. But a lot of people don't see it like that. They see it as, oh, I'm emotionally attached to this person. It's hard for me to let go. I can't just move on like that. Some people, you got to press charges against them for them to let you go. You got to get a restraining order. you got to get a restraining order on them for them to let you go. Like, the cops got to get involved. Like, that's just crazy, So you have to see the red flags. You have to. It's like a lot of people end up in a long-term relationship with somebody engaged or married to the wrong person. Ended up in an adulterous relationship because the person is not attracted to you anymore. It's because you refused to cut them off at the beginning stages before you went that far. You was like, no, I can change them. You know what it would take? You would have to get somebody, they would have to go to God, or they need therapy, some serious therapy, mental therapy, to try to change somebody that was in the streets, or they lived a long, hard life of fornication, just messing around, playing mind games, make somebody fall in love with them, then pull back. A narcissistic person that just loves to feed off your energy, your good energy. It is like, what are we doing? If you see the red flags, you have to blame yourself. Like, you can't blame nobody else for the mistakes that you are making. You just can't make this up. Some people just feel like, okay, if I can get them to fall in love with me, then maybe I can change them. Then maybe they won't break up with me, and then we end up living in adultery or fornication. with somebody else, because you can't just move on. You know, this is something very serious. I think this is where we missed, you know, the mark at when it comes to ministers, pastors, bishops, Christians, you know, spreading the truth, spreading the message, spreading the gospel, spreading truth, spreading love. That people now, I even talked to my cousin about this as well, about cutting people off and changing, and everybody can't go to the top with you. And this is the mark that we miss, that we cannot keep it real with each other. Because see, I'm a millennial, so I'm used to hardcore teaching. I'm used to, you know, people keeping it real. But for some odd reason, this generation, we had a long talk about this, they cannot keep it real. Like, people give you so much pushback. Their ears are so sensitive. I think I even heard Dave Chappelle even said that his jokes are real edgy, and he, you know, can say things that may offend people without them taking it as a joke, because he's a comedian. I'm like, are you serious? Like, y'all really taking jokes to the heart? And you know, Dave Chappelle, he's not gonna stop. So what are we doing? Like, how can you not? How are you taking, you know, a comedian? Like, how are you taking a comedian jokes serious? Like, make it make sense. Like, it don't make any sense. That's what I'm saying. You have to cut people off like that, no matter who it is. Like, if you are in a relationship with somebody like that, and y'all can't sit down and have an adult conversation and work out your problems, like, respect God first, respecting each other's, you know, standards, boundaries, morals. Nobody want to get cheated on. Nobody want nobody stealing from them. Nobody want nobody beating on them. Like, these are discussions that needs to be had before you take the next step. People think just falling in love with somebody is going to fix it. Only because I love you, that's going to make everything better. This generation is so lost and so just misguided through false doctrine, fake religion, false prophets, fake pastors, fake churches, fake doctrine, false fake beliefs. And then we get a true disciple that truly believes in God and want to stand on biblical principles and just want to try to live right, live holy, live righteous. People got a problem with that because they've been lied to all their life. Like, they really don't want to be around you like that. Like, you notice it through friends, family, loved ones, people of the world. When they know that you stand for realness and truth, it scares them. It scares them off. It scares their demons and that insecurity inside of them off. They can't take it. They cannot take realness. That's why you got to cut it off. Whenever you sense that, something in your gut feeling should see the red flags. Like I said before, if it's family, relationships, friends, associates, people you work with, that's why it's hard. I haven't heard somebody say it's really hard, you know, for a chosen one to work at a regular 9-to-5 job or a regular career around a lot of people, because they get picked on, because people can see their light. And I was like, yeah, I kind of experienced that. I've experienced that as well. So I definitely can relate to have to even you may have to cut your favorite jobs off or your favorite careers to find something better that suits you. That's why I love being self-employed and building my own career and on my own grind and side hustles, because I'm free to worship God the way I want to do it, the right way. And I don't like nobody trying to boss me around, tell me what to do. I don't like strings attached. Like, if I'm doing something, like, why is there always a string attached or something? Like, it's something you gotta do something for somebody to get something, to gain something. It's like a competition out here. Everything is a competition. Everything is about looks, money, status. Somebody always want to one up the other one. I had friends like that. I had to cut them off. If you don't cut them off, you are going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. You are. Cut it off. And we gonna keep this cut off stage. We gonna make this like an anthem. Cut it off. We can't sit here and keep going through these silly debates with people. This silliness, this foolishness, this immaturity level that people have. Oh, I can do this, I can do that. I can just live the way I want. I can live in sin and iniquity. God don't want you to live like that. That's why you got to keep it real with the people around you. You know, true disciples, true children of God. Spread the truth whether people like it or not. If they don't, cut them off. Dust your feet off. God said, dust your feet off. Cut them off. This is your peace. You are trying to save your peace so you will have a peace of mind, so you don't be crashing out on TikTok, YouTube, social media, and going crazy because you're so stressed out due to world, due to politics, due to being trapped in the matrix in a little box. They want to put us in the box. Guess what? Cut it off. we ain't bringing we getting ready right now. We ain't finna bring our new year in stressed out. I'm just not finna do it. I'm standing on business. I am refusing to do that. I'm going to put God first. I'm going to stay in faith. We are going to stay in faith, especially the people that come across these messages from a true disciple of God that wants to live right, that wants to try to live holy and righteous and put all that other stuff behind you. Don't let nothing of the past, cut that off too as well. Especially getting ready for your new year, already start molding yourself into this new person. God said one that comes to Jesus is a new creature. So if you are born again, you are a new creature in Christ. So now you can start over, you can get ready, because some people, they don't set marks, they don't set standards, they don't have goals or dreams or ambitions. They just live by society, because when we go to school, they're already grooming us to be trapped in the system anyway. So when you break out of the system and you become spiritual or holy, they look at you crazy. How did you break out? Well, somebody come put them back in the matrix box. Somebody come trap their mind again. And the enemy, the devil, the demons, come trap their mind so they can stay stuck in the past. You know, a lot of people cut that off. Stop staying stuck in the past, worrying about dwelling on things that happened, I don't know, years ago, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. You still stuck on the same thing. We got to keep moving forward. Even if it's in the back of your mind and it's kind of like somewhat bothering you, cut it off. Let it go. This is the best peace I think I ever had on my spiritual journey. I've been really working hard on that, to just let the past go. Once you let the past go, you feel so much better. You just like, oh, why did it take me so long to cut things off? I should have been did this years ago in my teenage years. I should have already developed this not caring attitude and just focus on God, focus on Christ and living right, being on my purpose, self-improving, trying to eat right, trying to work out. You know what I'm saying? Love myself. You have to love yourself before you can love somebody else. That's another part. When people don't, love themselves, they can't love nobody else. If you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. It's just like, it's an uphill battle. You can only pretend for so long before those true colors start showing, and once you detect those red flags, you already know what to do. Cut them off. We ain't coming into the new year like we ain't doing that. Like we done did that long enough. We done experienced that. We done had this, setback long enough, if you know what I mean. If you've been stuck in a cycle, if you've been stuck in these seasons that have been like brutal, it's been really hard to get over the hump, really hard to just stay motivated, really hard to just seem like you can't get over the hump. I see a lot of people that stressed out online is because they will not cut it off. You have to shut a part of your mind down of the past so that you can move forward. That's what I had to learn how to do. It take a long time to do it because practice makes perfect. You have to practice. That's how. So once you learn how to ignore things, that's how you do it. You have to practice that. Like no matter what, whenever something makes you really upset or really mad, just put it in God's hands. Just know that God got you. Let God fight all your battles. Pray. You have to pray. You have to fast, because when you do that, you get answers from God. God heals you. God helps you. God helps you with these things. And you won't notice unless it's a true child of God bring this to you, bring these messages to you, because the world don't really want you to know this. The world is corrupted. The enemy runs the world. We already know who the prince of the earth is, the devil. God is in heaven. Jesus Christ will help you with anything. Everything is in the Bible. God said there's nothing new under the sun. That's why I say cut it off. You don't need it to hold you back anymore, because look, God said tomorrow is going to bring its own problems. Worry about today. So why are you worrying about what happened in the past? Just get your grind on right now. Hold your head up. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to work out. Yeah, you're going to go through the trials and tribulations. Life can be hard for some people. you know, through the struggle. We see inflation, we see the cost of living, we see politicians and lawmakers, what they're doing to the world. They're making it hard for everybody. But if we stick together, like I said before, if Christians and holy people, we stick together, we start throwing retreats, chosen ones, we're chosen disciples of God. We come together, we can change a lot of lives. We can, because we know how to cut it off. Most of the chosen and the prophets, most of them that I see, they know how to cut it off. That's how they became in their power, fully in their power. They say, you know what? From here on out, I'm never gonna let nobody take my good energy away. Because people can see that light on you, and so can the enemy. So they're gonna try, let me put their light out. Oh no, they're going too hard. Don't turn your light out for nobody. Don't turn down for nobody. If you know you're doing holy, righteous things, you're doing good things with your life, you're working, you're grinding, you're shining, don't put your light out. I had to tell myself that so many times so other people can feel comfortable. Don't worry about that, because if they're uncomfortable, to me, that means that they're against you. Because if anything, if you're going hard at your goals, your dreams, your God-given ability, and I'm trying to tell you, man, you're doing too much, you need to stop. Or they go to hating on you, saying little under the things out the side of their neck, like, oh, you think you're all that. No, I don't. I'm just going after my goals and dreams, what I'm supposed to be doing. Don't put your light out. Somebody come at you like that, cut them off. And I'm gonna leave it right there. Thank you so much. God bless y'all.